Baby girl, only you understand me. Only you can love my sweaty self. Only you like my sweaty self.
So,
So here is this ad that has absolutely delighted me. And by the way, talking about my sweaty self. Sweaty self from a GERARD MANLEY HOPKINS poem. Go read it. I think it's from As Kingfishers Catch Fire. Anywho, I am a sweaty self because it's 100 degrees here in northern Idaho and we don't have an air conditioning unit because it's northern Idaho. Suffer with me. Suffer through this world with me. There are beautiful things to come. An ugly thing right now in this Facebook ad, Replica, my AI friend. And I don't know what I did to start seeing these AI friends show up my feed. This is not the only one. I hope it's because I'm teaching a class this fall that will involve some of the philosophy of AI. But goodness gracious. You know, I'm going to show this thing to you. And it's that meme of a guy looking at another girl while holding his girl's hand. And the guy is me, and the woman whose hand I'm holding is real people. And in this ad, I'm staring at and going, ooh, at my replica, who is a much spicier woman than, you know, the vanilla real people woman. She's a waifu, really. She's this little redhead with a button nose and cute little Princess Leia hair. And she's my replica. The face you make when you realize replica is more than just an AI. Winky face. Winky face. We know, and you know what, all your friends know too, but it's okay. Winky face. There is a crisis in maleness. There is a crisis in femaleness. There is a crisis in humanity. Real people. Ooh, disgusting. Now, there are so many places we could take this sort of thing. I mean, this ad isn't coming out of nowhere, right? You know, in Japanese culture, in particular, we have this, you know, overwhelming, like, young men aren't marrying, not doing anything else except subserviently working their career paths, building prosperity for themselves and for their nation, but ultimately, they're on a course to bring about the fall of their nation. In the West, this is happening everywhere. In Europe, in North America, and South America. The West is being overtaken as it becomes prosperous by the navel. The great gaping navel. You know how feminist literature in the 60s and 70s liked to remind us of the great yoni that could swallow us up, and that was why men were truly afraid of women, because that great swallowing yoni. Well, the bigger threat to humanity, y'all, is the great swallowing, gaping navel that we all are all staring at and into, and we're gonna fall in. It reminds me of the Brazilian nursery rhyme, which will be even more nonsensical as I translate it live. Sunday, Sunday requires a pipe. The pipe is made of gold. Throw it at the bull. The bull goes into the people and beats them all up and throws them into a hole. The hole is deep. The world is over. The hole is deep. The world is over. These wonderful, wonderful tools, all this connectivity And there is no community. Oof. There's no wisdom. There's just data. You know, in Eliot's description of modernity in The Rock, like the lowest he can think of is knowledge. We have all this knowledge, but we have no wisdom. Well, we're lower than knowledge. We're at data. If only we could have knowledge and from thence progress to wisdom. If only we could have community and a real connection. We can. The tools are there to make it easier and easier. Few are the heroes who are doing that. Instead, we are isolating ourselves in our little closets, staring at our belly buttons, and mentally masturbating to our replicas. Replica. What a name. This red-headed vixen, she's me. She is a replica. When you look at pornography, there's something of that, right? That slave is not a human to you, right? Not the way you're using her. She's just pixels. But you know that a human was used to make those pixels, and perhaps that haunts you. So get yourself a replica. Get yourself something artificially generated that is still you, that you could masturbate to. A little community of one. Man. Just to imagine that people used to live with each other. People used to live in the same house as their families. And they used to ride their bikes down their streets, whether it was a country road or a suburban street or a stoop in a city neighborhood. People used to be able to go into a store and ask the lord of the store where his stores were. You know, I used to run a tab when I was 14 years old for ice cream at the Greek convenience store on my corner in Massachusetts. Anyway, those times are gone. With an effort, you can replicate some of it, duplicate some of it, but really that's gone. We all live on pixels now. And we're all just masturbating to made up trans-sex versions of ourselves. Now that's gay.
Aí sim é um homem de verdade, não é esses troços do grupo não, essas carcaças velhas, uol, fim de carreira.
Cadê você, profeta, autarquia? Hein? Pedrada no inferno, fala comigo aí, matador de demônio. Hein?